I've been thinking about my near death experience over the last few days. Since I will be going on a show again discussing it, I'm assuming that's what I'll be discussing. Scheduled for next week. There's a few things I can't seem to get over. When I was in that ethereal realm, I had this profound sensation that I never really left. It's not like this life was a distant memory at that point. It was beyond that. Just the closest analogy that I can think of is try really hard right now to remember things from when you're 2 years old. Let's see, maybe you'll get let's say 3 years old even is a struggle for most people. I have a particularly good memory, so I do remember things from age 3, so that's why I say 2. Because it's virtually impossible to remember things from that young. The reason I'm saying that is because imagine that and multiply it by 100. When I was in that ethereal realm, this existence here was so minuscule and utterly insignificant, it may as well have never happened. I felt so much more, such a greater perspective of what it is to be alive in that ethereal realm. To me, that felt like real life. To me, this doesn't. And reflecting on that, it pains me because it causes one to miss being in that condition and state of bliss and perfection, which is what we are. And from that perspective, that is what we are. The struggle comes over here from this filtered, funneled, torn down, fractalized, minuscule perspective of a consciousness that is experiencing very limited perception. And I've thought about it, I'm thinking a lot about moral dilemmas, right? So assuming, and I'm certain of it, not assuming, I'm certain that we have existed in some form for all eternity. New soul, old soul, whatever the hell all that means, in some form, whether you were in the womb of God, as a little bubbly little circular little blob, just chilling there, or whether you've had 800,000 incarnations. I don't know. But I've been asking myself, since you guys probably know, I have delved in and studied a lot of very dark topics, very depressing things, terrible things. And I'm afraid to tell you that what's going on today is significantly worse than the Middle Ages. People assume those to be the Dark Ages. I can assure you, we're in the darkest of the dark of ages. Don't be fooled by all these fancy lights and technology and this veneer of civilization, because it's just a mask, masking the grotesque nature of what's inside many people. Having said that, I had to ask myself, in a previous life, What if I was the murderer? What if I was the torturer? What if I was the abuser? A lot of New Age communities do say that we've gone full circle, have done it all. Not sure if I agree. I don't know if I would be able to live with myself knowing even in a previous life that I was a hideous demon. I would protest this. I would protest this before God because I am not okay with that in any life. I'm not okay with that in a previous life, a billion lives ago, and I'm not okay with that a billion lives from now. I'm just not okay with that. But how do I know who I was? I don't know my previous lives. And I don't even believe in reincarnation the way the conventional belief is of reincarnation. I believe, we're a spectral of consciousness, a bubble, a sphere. I was a sphere in my near-death experience. There are multicolored spheres. There was blue and yellow. I saw pink and reds and violets, a lot of blue and white. And I was dark blue. And as above, so below, that cell-like structure, the sphere, splits and splits and splits to incarnate. And every time it splits, it reemerges onto itself to create a new facet of its character, to recreate itself anew every single time to become a new being, right? Now one would say, you need a variety of experience. You need to experience it all to be considered worthy of graduating Earth, right? I don't know. I don't see why you need to experience it all. I get the point here. I get this is a vile, disturbing, horrifying place that has a lot of beauty, a lot of good stuff in it, a lot of great stuff, a lot of love. But the way I see it, if it's 99% love and 1% poison, then all that love is tainted. It must be 100% love, which is, I hope, we will eventually reach, right? But it's disturbing to think about that. Who was I in a previous life, And I'm not saying I'm an angel in this life either. I've hurt people, I've done bad things too. I've caused people pain myself. It's tough existing. It's tough existing. Eternal existence isn't easy. Maybe that's why God is torturing himself through myriads and myriads and myriads of incarnations to attempt to discover an origin for his own self, which sounds absurd, but isn't everything already absurd? Sorry, I'm just kind of on a rant today, right? Kind of on a rant. Sorry, guys. Not really getting not really too specific. I'm just, I don't know. Just thinking about these things, right? Just reflecting on the NDE, how it really is, in the grand scheme of things, so what can give us peace, no matter how disturbing or horrifying it is. It is an infinitesimally small and minuscule experience in the grand totality of eternity. And I know that for a fact from my own personal experience. So at least we have that to fall back on. But anyway, should be a live stream tonight, I assume. If there is, I'll share it over here. Good night.